A train carrying the remains of passengers and crew of Malaysian flight MH17 arrives in Kharkiv. Progress after days of confusion that ensued when the plane was apparently shot down. EU foreign ministers meeting in Brussels also want to make headway. They're to accelerate sanctions decided before the incident. More action could follow. Catherine Ashton is the EU foreign policy chief.
We're also ready to introduce without delay a package of further significant restrictive measures if we don't see full and immediate cooperation. We've asked the Commission and the External Action Service to prevent proposals for action, including on access to capital markets, defence, dual-use goods and sensitive technologies, including in the energy sector.
Britain, France and Germany say they're ready to ratchet up sanctions, but by how much? London has already clashed with Paris over France's decision to press ahead with the sale of warships to Russia. France says cancelling the €1.2 billion deal would damage it more than Moscow. It's a difficult position, says Bill Blaine from Mint Partners.
How do they maintain their economies in difficult times and yet run the risk of kissing away very important and large contracts with Russia? It's very easy for the UK because our share of trade with Russia is a fraction of the total European trade.
The EU relies on Russia for about 30% of its gas supplies. Companies like Carlsberg and Adidas have a high exposure to the Russian economy. And Britain's energy major BP could face fallout because of its stake in Russian oil firm Rosneft. So far, though, markets have been relatively calm.
Well, you've got to always remember that markets have no moral compass. All they're ever doing is reacting to where they think the prices of assets are going to be as a result of what's going on. So the fact that markets have very quickly discounted what's been going on, the horror stories out of Gaza, the tragedy stroke murder that we've just seen in Ukraine, markets are very quickly moving on to what the likely effects are going to be.
Britain says Europe should be ready to pay the price because much bigger costs are at stake. Ultimately, the severity of the sanctions may depend on pressure from the Netherlands, which lost 193 people aboard the Malaysian airliner.